Hey loves, nice to see you on this Saturday, August 1st, 2020. This is a video to unveil the book club focus for this month. Actually doing it the first day of the month. Wow. And I know I hadn't jumped on live for a minute, so I figured I would come say hi to you guys too. So this tarot deck, I'm extremely choosy about my tarot decks. There's tarot and then there's oracle. Tarot is one specific oracular system of cards. Another one is Lenormand. Runes and I Ching are totally different branches of similar vibes, divinatory stuff. And tarot is one of the, like I said, specific ones. So I have 2 tarot decks. One of them I got myself. It's a whole long story. I got it in Salem, Massachusetts. I was doing a bunch of grid work and soul retrieval work for myself and others, and it was this amazing synchronicity. That's the one y'all usually see me pull from. The second tarot deck is the Shadowscape Tarot, which a friend of mine gave me. It's very, very fey. And then this tarot is the third tarot deck that I own at this point. I've had others in the past, and I actually started following this artist on Instagram. Her name is Abigail Larson because something about her art really spoke to me. The part of me that's the witchy part, cauldron stirring witch part. And I felt like I could see my soul reflected in some of her images. And I was like, I like what you're doing. And then when I saw she was coming out with a tarot deck, along with the author of the tarot deck is Sasha. And I wasn't familiar with her work until this, and I'm just, now that I've seen her and seen what she does, I'm like, yes, I love magical people. And this tarot is called the Darkwood Tarot, and it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. When I got it in the mail and I opened the box, I could feel the magic coming out of the box. Now, I know not everybody out there is a witchy type, but for those of you who are, and you can feel that electricity, it was so great. It made my heart beat a little bit faster. Unwrapping the packing materials it was in was a really deeply ASMR vibes experience. And so I'm pretty sure that this one's the Hermit card. I've looked through them once, but I didn't want to really get super deeply into it until I started talking to you guys about it, because I wanted to experience it with you. So this is the Darkwood Tarot. Entering the wood is easy, leaving is a different matter. How will you emerge? That's what it says on the back. And this is specifically for shadow work, which makes, in my experience, pulling the cards a little bit different. I'm reading them a little bit differently, especially with the way that I do shadow work. I love doing shadow work. Shadow work has been one of the most life-changing paradigm shifts in my magic as most of my life practitioner at this point. And so when I hear about something that can make shadow work more easily navigated and more empowered, I'm always all about it, because one of the things about shadow work, especially in the spiritual community, sometimes is the shadow gets shoved down so that then when it comes up, you don't know how to deal with it. But I know for me, myself, and also the people around me, I like to have integrated shadow. I like to know what the shadow is doing and work in concert with it, not against it, but get everyone on the same team going forward. So August, I mean, what a better time after all this crazy shit happening in the world to do our shadow work, you know? I just want to read you guys how this book starts. Okay, so pretty. So you open it and it's the inside of the box is so awesome. Isn't she beautiful? I love it. I love the aesthetic of this. I'm going to read you an excerpt from this book. It's a nice chunky book too. It's super pretty. Here's a quote. Luke, what's in there? Yoda, only what you take with you. I love it. If she has a black cat, Lily's making an appearance. Okay, so here's how the book starts. Introduction. Dear reader, welcome to the Darkwood Tarot. The forest is ever so happy you have arrived. It sensed your presence, felt an opening and called to you. Its thickets and thorns were wishing, waiting, and longing for your presence. You've responded to its siren song, and now it promises to reward you deeply. Pathways, visions, and delights are prepared for your adventure. Are you ready? So good. So beautiful. Yeah, let's give you just a couple little ideas of what's going on in here. Oh, I love the hands. I identify with these hands. Ooh. Some shadowy things. Okay, let's show you guys the cards. This is what the card, I will pull one for the overall month. This is what the cards look like. I love it. When I first got them, I had to kind of bend them apart so that it broke the little bonds between them. And these, I will just say, are really nice to shuffle. They glide well. I can tell they're going to age well. Sometimes tarot cards get a little like floppy, floofy, or hard to shuffle as you just use them over time. And sometimes they get better. And I think these are the ones that are going to get better over time. They shuffle real nice. Also, when you want to clear your cards, you can do all the fancy things like Palo Santo or Sage or Sweetgrass or whatever, or you can, the vibration that you send through the deck, even if it's just a little vibration, it can clear it. You can also store it with selenite, citrine, or kyanite. All three of those are cleansing crystals. Let's set an intention that you get exactly what you need to know about your shadow work moving through August, and also the shadow work of the world, because we all reflect each other, of course. I wonder what we're going to get. Let's see. We got, one we had actually just looked at in the book. The Ace of Cups. I love crows. I just saw some of them today. And yeah, I identify with this hand, right? I don't often see fingers as long and skinny as mine, but I like it. Okay, let's read what the Ace of Cups says. I love that it's over lilies. My experience in LA has definitely been one of learning deeper how the lilies grow through the muck just because of the smog here. When I see it as that rather than something that I have to fight, it's way better. Okay. Ace of Cups means flow. All right, here you go. Soak this in, see how it's relevant to you. Tarot suits are an unfolding story progressing from the Ace to the 10. Tarot aces sparkle with unique magic. Aces are the seed of their suit. The infinite possibilities of each suit exist inside the ace, just as everything you are, were, and will be is tucked inside of you. Understanding how the ace is a seed, like a flower, fruit, or vegetable seed, will help you interpret the ace when it appears in a reading. It is a true beginning. The Ace of Cups is the font of the world of cups. A mysterious hand appears through the clouds. Clouds appear on every ace because they are the threshold and entry point to reality. I love that because in my experience, the astral realm is very cloudy and foggy. What was hidden is now visible. What was unseen is low battery. What was unseen is now seen. Aces reflect the gateway of manifestation. First, there is nothing. Then there is something. Aces reflect the beginning, the start. It is the birth of their suit. A bewitched hand holds a cup. The hand is the symbol of human ingenuity and potential. Hands suggest invention, creative ability, and expression. Hands can be used lovingly to comfort another or oneself. Palms and fingers caress and nurture. Alternatively, hands can be used for violence, in anger, or even to kill. Hands remind us of how we handle things in life. They are used for communication via sign language. Hindu and Buddhism traditions make use of mudras, hand gestures creating a specific energetic flow in the body. Interior thoughts move through our fingers when drawing, texting, and writing. The hand of an ace asks you to consider how you are currently handling their particular suit. The Ace of Cups is an emotional outpouring. 5 streams of water flow from the magical cup and into the water below like a fountain. A crow descends to the cup. The shapeshifter crow is a symbol of the shadow self. The crow feeds an offering to the cup. It is communion from the invisible world into the physical world. Dark lotuses float on the gentle water, a symbol of transformation. The lotus roots in the depths to blossom in the sunlight. The meaning of this card is emotionally open, truth, healthy emotional state, rise and fall without attachment, an open heart receiving gifts, the pleasure of emotional freedom, empathy, love, and outpouring of emotion. Now this card, out of integrity, the shadow represents an inability to experience emotions, feeling closed off, held hostage by recurrent emotions, lack of empathy, chemical imbalance, depression, slave to emotions, extreme remorse and sadness, despair, melancholia that won't dissipate. Take any emotion you feel and bring it out of your body and into the mind's eye. Examine it, learn from it. So Ace of Cups, I love how it's a very cleansing vibe to me, and it makes sense because I'm about to do a couple cleanses this month, and I'm excited to see what happens. You know, every time you do a cleanse, especially if you haven't done it in a while, or if you've never done it, the ones I'm doing this month I've never done, it opens up a vista of possibility that's, wait, if this maybe has been blocked in me since I was little, or even just for a really long time, new things are possible, new potentials are around that weren't there before. Now, this crow is holding a pentacle on a coin, and a pentacle, the 5-pointed star, is a sign of magic. Some people get a little nervous by it, but what I would say if you're getting a little nervous by it is pointed upward, with the point going upward, it represents uniting heaven and earth. Pointed downward with a major point going down, and sometimes can represent a little bit of misdoing. So protect yourself. Put your bubble up if anything about that makes you feel uncomfortable. Only you know what's going on in your world. But generally, the Ace of Cups is a really great card to pull. So be aware of your emotions. One of the things that we're doing in a class that I'm teaching right now on relationship upgrades is checking in with our emotions several times a day and seeing, how do I actually feel right now? What is actually going on in me right now? And then alchemizing it, depending on what it is and what the goals are of the moment. But this world is one that's made so that emotions aren't the main focus. And so often we can get off the path by shushing our emotions, and then we're so far off by the time we realize that we're off because we just didn't check in with ourselves, that now there's a bunch of cleanup work to do. But it doesn't have to be this way. Let's pay attention to our emotions this month, now more than ever. One of the things about this time is that it's shaking everybody awake. None of the problems that we're trying to fix right now are new problems. They've been here. So that just goes to show you that there's a numbness that we're shedding. There's an awareness that's coming. And the awareness comes through feeling. It has to feel. You have to feel it in order for it to matter to you. So let's make this world matter. Let's take good care of ourselves. A lot of people are feeling fatigued right now. Rest, take care of yourself, and then come back. Go rest and then come back over and over and over again. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying real quick before I sign off. Hey, Avalon. Connor, glad you like it. Hi, Lulu. How do you do a cleanse, Avalon? It depends on the kind of cleanse that you want to do. I try to do 1 or 2 cleanses a year of different parts of my body. So there's, for instance, a colon cleanse where you fast on certain foods and eat certain foods or certain herbs. My favorite colon cleanse is the Blessed Herbs colon cleanse. It's a company called Blessed Herbs, which I've done a review on it online years ago. You can probably just Google it and the video will come up, or search it in whatever search engine you use. Ecosha, that's what I use lately because they plant trees. If you want to do like what is the glycophates cleanse, which is the stuff that goes into produce, you can do a Purium cleanse. If you want to do a skin cleanse, there are other ones that you can do. It just depends on what part of your body is asking for cleansing. And right now, the one that I'm doing, I'm keeping to myself a little bit because it's very vulnerable. And so I'm going to wait until I have some results about how it's going and I see if my glow increases and that kind of stuff before I share it publicly. But I'm definitely a fan of doing experiments on my own body to see what works and what doesn't. And that's how you learn over time, for me at least. I mean, I do have a master's in health, so I understand how the body works. But I would say most of what I understand these days did not come from school. It came from personal study and personal experience. Okay. Jamie, thank you. Yeah, the courses, the altar building course starts tomorrow. I just sent the first emails out. So if you guys are in the class, you should see them. And I have a shadow work course coming up this winter. And the next course that I'm going to do is going to be a really in-depth soul retrieval course, which I'm only taking a few students on for. We're going to go deep, and that's going to be in October. And then after that, I think I'm going to do a shadow work course this winter. There are also courses on my website you can get at any time that you do at your own pace. So, yeah. Pineal cleanse. Yeah, that's a lifestyle. Pineal gland. You can do that by decalcifying your body, taking silica, doing Kundalini yoga, cleaning up your diet. Your pineal gland wants to be decalcified, so it will work to clean itself if you get junk out of your body. All right, Goddess Golden Light, any suggestions on dealing with the heart-wrenching things like trafficking that are coming up in the collective? Yeah, absolutely. Feel them. Allow yourself to feel them, because the numbness is what lets them happen. So first, allow yourself to feel them and feel, the fucked upness of it all and say, this is terrible. And then what you'll see, because we are collective and we're microcosms, what you'll see is trickle into your life. Either obvious things will come up, like there are places you can donate to, there's stuff that you can do. But the way these things hide is they hide in the jokes between the jokes. They hide in the things that people don't exactly say. So knowing that it's going on and then having a true, intense desire to help fix it. Also, the power of prayer is real. The power of energy work and meditation is real. If you're feeling all these feelings and you want to help, just go into a prayerful state. Go to your sacred space, to your altar if you have one, or your prayer spot, or just anywhere, and with an intention to send energy. And send all of your encouraging, compassionate, healing energy to the people in these situations. All kinds of people are in these situations. And one of the things is that it's invisible and they feel so alone. So if you're sitting there levering light and light and light and light into the thing, it's going to help. Especially because other than donating right now, if you're not already in the system of that, in the cycle of it, or, I'm not sure how to stop it at this point. I'm sure things will come forward in the near future. But as of now, other than like donating to agencies that help, the energy work of it is real. And I will tell you, I've been an energy worker for 17 years. Energy work is real. And it has results that cannot be logically explained yet. So, do it. Try it. Okay. All right, loves. I'm going to let y'all go. Let's give you a Reiki pop, speaking of energy work. Set the intention just to get whatever you need. And if you don't want anything, that's fine too. But if you do, I'm setting the intention to send you whatever you need. Sending you peace, encouragement, reminder that we're all in this together, that every hard time will pass, every winter will pass, spring will come. This is an awakening. We need to know what's going on in order to fix it, and this is us learning, but we each hold a tiny piece. None of us holds it all, and it's important for you to take care of yourself so that you can stand up when you need to. Okay, love you guys. Have a great night.